It's May 2026, and the big question is, will I make money or enough money if I start a boat business? It's a big question, right? But yeah, we're going to tackle it today. My name is Emmanuel, and I'm a part-time boat driver. If this is your first time watching, please make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, and let me know what you think. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section, and share to other people so that they can also enjoy the video. Yeah. So let's get right into the video. So a friend of mine recently asked me that he wanted to enter the boat business and he wanted to know if it was lucrative or not. Will he make money? So I'm going to give you guys the same advice I gave him when he asked me. Boat in 2026 right now is a difficult job, right? Me as a part-time driver, I'm really going through it. When I say I'm going through it, you know, I'm going through it. The prices of fuel nowadays is crazy. It's over the roof, right? Now, fuel at certain gas stations like Shell and a few other places, I think it's $14.99 or $14.90, right? And Goil and other fueling station too, the prices are $14.60. So it's crazy. At first, if I had 300 cedis or 250 cedis, right, I can fill my car. I use a Toyota Vet. I can fill my tank. But right now, I need about 450 to 500 cedis before my tank can be full, which is crazy for a boat driver, because apparently boat hasn't gotten the notification that fuel prices are off the roof, so they are still using lower prices, which can be a very big disadvantage if you're a driver right now. So let's tackle the advantages and the disadvantages. So for a boat driver, the first advantage is that your daily income is sorted. You will eat, right? When I talk about you eat, you understand. If you're a kumasi boy or what I say, you will eat. There's food in it. Your daily income, for food is sorted. At least you have a bare minimum you can eat with. So if eating every day is your reason why you entering boat, yeah, there's food in it. You get, a little income for food, right? And the hours are flexible. You can choose to go to work whenever you feel like going, or whenever you feel like the surge is up, then you can go to work and make your money, which is good. Because me right now, I'm a part-time boat driver. I have other businesses that I work on. So I normally like the weekends, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where there are a lot of people in town and people are going to places. For Sundays, they are going to churches, they are going to, funerals and stuff. And for Saturdays to, Ghanaians and funerals and other stuff, Yeah, so I like the weekends. That's where I make most money. So during the weekends, I'm working full days throughout the weekends. But during the week, it depends. Whenever I feel like, I'm bored or I have nothing doing, I'll just go and pass through. So the income is not that much for me as a boat driver doing the part-time. But yeah, if you're a full-time driver, you're good. You're good. So like I was saying, the hours are flexible. You can choose when to work and when not to, which is also an advantage. Also, there's a high demand in Kumasi, right? Boats, I think it's one of the most used ride-hailing cabs in Kumasi at the moment, right? I tried other apps and honestly it didn't go well for me as much as I expected it to. I tried Yango for a while, and Jesus, I stood there for a very long time, only for me to get one delivery order. I got one delivery order for to deliver flowers to someone. I was like, come on. Right? I had to wait all this while for just one delivery, which is difficult. So I think other ride-hailing apps should put in the work and advertise more so that they can also get customers to purchase and do all that. So yeah. Wait, my dog is here. This dog. Rina. Why you hoofing? Why you hoofing? What's up, guys? So, me too, Rina. Good agro. So yeah, we are back. I was saying, it's where was I? There's a high demand in Kumasi. If you are using both, right? For other apps, I don't really subscribe to it because they don't have a lot of people using it. So like I was saying, if other apps can do proper advertisement in Kumasi for users to engage in the app, then that would be very wonderful. They'll give both a run for their money. So yeah, there's a lot of people using Bolt app, and I don't know about the drivers, but if you start working, sometimes you probably not even take a break till it's evening. I get ride requests from morning till evening, unless sometimes I even have to turn new requests off and all that. So yeah, you not even finish a ride and another one will come in. So yeah, that's good. There's a lot of people using the app, so definitely you get rights. Also, you get to meet new people. I know this might not be an advantage for some people, but me personally, I like meeting new people and new personalities. Some are good, some are not good, some are annoying to work with, and some are also a joy to work with. You meet some people and they share their experiences in life, and you learn. As a driver, sometimes you are like a therapist. You listen to people, their daily, they dump on you. That's basically it. As a driver, a lot of people dump their grief, their joy, their frustrations, everything. They get in, and you are their therapist, so you have to listen. Sometimes the conversations, you're not even interested in the conversation, but you have to have it anyway because, the driver. It helps when you have a nice conversation with people. Sometimes they tip you, which is good. The tips is also an advantage. A lot of people, they tip you, and sometimes you have a ride for like 50 cedis or 55 cedis. They give you 60 cedis, right? I had a ride for 60 cedis. The man gave me 70 cedis. So yeah, it's a good thing if you can have a proper conversation with your rider, and I think that helps. That helps a lot. And sometimes too, the riders don't want to talk, which it's not up to you. It's just them. It's not you. When I'll get to that one. Sometimes the riders are grumpy. They come in frowning, and you just have to adapt. You just have to adapt to the riders, and that's that. Yeah. So are there more advantages? Let me check. Well, basically, I think these are the major advantages. It's not that much. The advantages are not that much. You get some money. You get to meet new people, and the hours are flexible. And sometimes when you have proper good conversations with people, you get money. Yeah. The disadvantages. Let's get into it, right? Fuel cost is so high. Honestly, in a day, I can use fuel like 450 cedis or close to 500 sometimes, which is very bad, right? It's very bad. If both could increase the fares up a little bit, sometimes both mainly think about the passengers, right? They think more of the passengers than the drivers, because if a passenger complains about something, it's faster for both to react to it than when a driver complains about something. And I understand, because when I use the Bolt app as a passenger, right, I used to think the drivers were the problem. And then I started using Bolt as a driver. Then now I know the passengers are somehow the problem. So it's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult if you're using Bolt as a driver, right? The fuel cost is crazy, and the prices are low. So sometimes you buy a fuel of 300 cedis, and by the time the fuel finishes, you've gotten like let's say 500. Let's approximate like 500 cedis of the 300 cedis fuel, right? And now both has to take their commission of like 25% or something like that. And now your profit is like 100 cedis or lower, which, it's crazy, because you have to rebuy the fuel again, right? So yeah, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. So if you want to make a lot of money, you have to work for longer hours, right? With the current fuel prices, if you want to make a lot of money, you have to work for very long hours before you can make set amounts that you want to make. And also sometimes the app misbehaves a lot, when passengers order for a ride, right? Sometimes I don't know which location they use. I don't know if they use the immediate location or what, but you will get there and they are not there, right? And now they have to show you by using manual directions. They'll be like, do you know here? I don't know the place. Like, I use the map and I'm here now. So if you ask me if I know, you mention a name and you're like, do you know this? I don't. You get it. So it's kind of difficult. I remember I had an issue just recently. It was raining and the surges were up. So I thought, oh, let me go inside and get a few bucks. And I went in and oh wait. Minyankoe. Meye adie keke. So I had an issue a few days ago where it was raining and I decided, oh, let me go outside because the surges were up so that I can get a few, cedis. And it was raining, and where they ordered the ride, I got there and it was I don't know if it was an Indian woman. It was a foreigner, right? Because when I called, it was a foreigner. And they were like, oh, can you come forward? The gate is black. And mind you, the whole gate in the area is black. Every gate in that area is black. So how do I pinpoint which gate is? But I'm right exactly where the location is, But then she's like, oh, I'm standing here and no one is there. So can you come forward a little bit? And eventually I ended up in a ditch. My car got stuck in the mud. And I couldn't it took me hours. I was beaten by the rain. My whole outfit was dirty. I couldn't work. And that was the first ride. I couldn't even work. I had to come back home. After finally getting my car out of the ditch with the help of a few people after the rain, right? I had to I had to come back home. So, and the person canceled the order because when she called me and I was like, oh, I can't, there was frustration because my car was in a ditch. And they canceled the order because they didn't care about the driver or whatever you're going through. That's just it. People normally don't even see the driver, right? So they canceled. So I ended up losing money and my car was also in a ditch, which was very bad. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like that one is also there. People can't really pinpoint where they are, right? And where they are going to is also a problem because if they choose something on the map and you don't have patience, right? You get there and that's not even where they are going. And they don't even know where they are going. So now you just have to ask people and help them figure out where they are going, which is crazy, especially when they are older women or older men and you can't even get frustrated at them because you are rendering a customer service business, which is difficult sometimes. It's very, very difficult. So yeah, that's also there. The traffic. There's traffic. Sometimes there are certain areas where you know that there is heavy traffic there, and someone orders a ride there, right? And you are in the traffic, and now they are frustrated at you because you are in the traffic. I don't know why. Why would you get frustrated at me because I'm in a traffic to a place where you ordered to go, right? And there's no alternative route. Because sometimes if you want to take an alternative route, they'll be like, let's just use this route. And you use it and you're in a traffic. Now you're wasting a lot of time and the money doesn't even increase that much. So yeah, that's on you. So the traffic in certain areas are very bad. And sometimes you be in the traffic and someone will order a ride. And you call and explain to them because Bolt says if you're in a traffic, call them. If you call the passenger and explain to them. And sometimes they'll wait for you to get, after you are out of the traffic and it's like a minute to their place, they cancel the order. And now it's a useless ride. Now you have to go, it's a whole lot of mess. So yeah, that one is also there. So you have to think about that one too, right? And sometimes the passenger fare, right? I took a ride. I took a passenger recently and she was in the car. And she ordered to Aloga Junction, right? She ordered to Labour, not knowing she was going to Angraga Junction, right? And then we sat in the car, and now the direction is to Labour. And she's like, oh, I'm going to Angraga Junction, but I made a mistake and I picked Labour. Fine case. Okay, let's go to Angraga Junction, right? Now I'm on my way to Angraga Junction. She has a call and the person is like, oh, and now we have to change the direction to another place, right? And then I took her to that place, which is Abinchi. And the bill came and it was 35 cedis. And she's like, but on my app, she didn't even say on my app. That was another case, right? She was like, oh, but I selected Labour and I didn't get to Labour and I went to a different place. So the price is supposed to reduce. I'm like, I don't make the app. The app says 35, right? I don't make the rules. I can't reduce the price because then Bolt is going to take commission off from the 35, which I can't afford to pay with, a lesser amount because then I lose. And she didn't understand. She had a back and forth with me in the car and I was like, I can't do anything about it. If sometimes I take people on a longer ride and instead of me getting paid the amount, they even have discounts and now I get paid less and I don't complain. Sometimes I just suck it up and leave. But then she kept arguing with me and eventually she paid the 35 and she was so angry and pissed when she got off, which is not my fault. So Bolt, if you're watching, please do something about it. This is too much. We can't keep doing this, right? You don't help the drivers at all. So Yeah, and lastly, I think sometimes it's unpredictable. Sometimes you have good days, sometimes you have bad days. On the good days, you can make a lot of money. On a bad day too, you make less money. You just have to know how to balance, your ins and outs of being a driver. So to answer the whole question about, is boat lucrative? Do you get money in Kumasi? Yes, you do get money. For the disadvantages are there, but you do get money. You can make approximately during the weekend. You can make like, if you are working full time, you can make like 1,000. Yeah, on a good day, 1,000 to 1,005, untouched money, right? Untouched, taking out your fuel and all that. If you're working, I'm working like 3 days, I'm working like full time, full day. Yeah, you can make combined, you can make like 1,005 or 1,000. Yeah, wait, no, you can make probably like 1,000, but you have to subtract fuel and stuff, so you can make like, 700, 500 to 1,000 on the weekend, right? Which for a part-time business is not bad, right? So yeah, boat is cool. Let me say cool for drivers. I'm still in the business, so if anything arises, I'll probably let you guys know. I'll keep making videos like this and share my experiences as a part-time boat driver. So if this is your first time, please subscribe and send me your questions in the comment section. I'll make sure I answer them for you. If I missed anything and I think of anything, I'll make another video and I'll address it. Thank you guys. Bye.